We'd rather have more, we'd rather have a nice warm food.
There's Tiana taking off. She just dropped me off here at Rainbow Lane. So mark that down if you ever need to get out before Big Bear. Mile 250.2 at Rainbow Lane is a perfect place to get to the highway. And so yeah, I'm on my way back up to meet up with the PCT at mile 250.2, and let's get going. I'm hoping to do about 16 to 18 miles today, and we'll see how that goes. I've been sitting idle for a few days, so feeling lazy now. Today is day 24, and I spent 3 days in Big Bear. Last year it was 4 days because of weather. So it looks like all the snow from yesterday melted. Fortunately, I imagine the trail's probably a little bit muddy up here, but I don't really mind. Just hoping I don't hit any more crazy snow patches. From what I was told, there really isn't going to be any more of that until Wrightwood, I guess. So I'm just gonna put the phone away and try to get back up here on the PCT and off the service road, and try to crush out some miles today. The only thing I hate about town is you eat too much, I get too lazy. I always bring too much food back out with me, and then you got to kind of get readjusted to hiking again. So it's always kind of like a mind flip getting back on trail. But I would much rather be out here. It's so beautiful, and at least the sun's shining. So that's where I came from over there. And here's the trail going that way. It's the first peak at the Big Bear Mountains. Totally socked in with snow. Beautiful. Always said it's beautiful as long as I don't have to hike in it. All right, so doing really good. I jumped up from about 6,600 feet up to about 85. So a little out of breath, but it's all good. It's gonna be a great day of hiking. It's definitely not gonna sweat to death, that's for sure. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out where the trail is. It goes off in different directions here. Here we go. I love these trees, they look like a painting. I actually don't mind them when there's already a path around it. When you gotta climb over them though, you get scraped up and stuff. It is all part of the adventure. All right, oh, let's go this way. All right, looks like I'm climbing over this one. I could take my pack off for that one. It's like on Monday when we were going over the blowdowns, I kept my pack on, and 2 of the times I kind of like pinched my lower back. That was bugging me early on in the hike. Just, you know, because you're throwing your body off weird balance going over those large trees. So this time I opted to play it safe and just take a couple minutes extra and just take the backpack off. Smart thing to do. And as long as there's not 20 million blowdowns ahead. You know what though? I'm just like, I'm in the mindset to just suck it up, because we already know this year is going to be challenging with, there's already a lot of blowdowns on the PCT, but there's going to be much more this year, along with the snow issues. So embrace the suck, they say. It's so fascinating, all these beautiful rocks, but just incredible. It's like the ground just sort of exploded, all these beautiful rocks. There's a Highway 38 down there. That's what Tiana drove me in on to the trailhead. And there's Big Bear City over there. This is 8,600 and some odd change in elevation. And from here on, I'll be mostly going downhill. You know how it is, generally downhill. It's gonna go downhill for about 5 miles and then up a little bit. And then most of it's gonna be like kind of a general downhill hike to Cajon Pass. So that's kind of nice. Give the body a little bit of break from all the climbing. And although I'm not minding it, I've been doing my technique of pacing myself, and that really seems to help a lot. It's much more enjoyable, and this has nothing to do with like my hiking partners I was with last week or anything, but it's just so much easier to do it intuitively when I'm by myself. Just kind of taking my time and stopping as much as I want to. And so I think from here on out, I'm just going to kind of do my own thing. Let's see how this goes. Like I said, if I meet someone organically on the trail and it just works out great, that's awesome. But I think I'm gonna just kind of tackle this on my own, and I think I'm okay with that. That's a dark-eyed junco. So cute. And there's a bunch of water puddled there, so all the birds are coming down and enjoying that. Look how nice this trail is. Oh, it's beautiful. I've gone 5 miles and I'm just gonna stop here and take like a quick pack off break. I try to do that regularly so I can just get the backpack off, stretch, and just grab a snack and a quick drink. Usually go to the bathroom. But yeah, it's usually about 5 miles I'll stop and take that quick break. 3 miles if it's like a steep climb and it's really tiring. But today it's a pretty nice terrain. I'm pretty pleased with it. So I'm just gonna sit here and have a snack and go potty, and then I will carry on. Well, there's been several of these areas that are just pretty much the trail's just mush, so you have to walk over these logs to get around these obstacles. I'm not a big fan of this area. This is about 256. It's around the Arrastre Trail Camp, and it's always just look kind of like a mess. Not the prettiest. And then you're like deep down in this valley, so. All right, well, let me put the phone away and get through this thing. Try not to get my feet wet. This is the Arrastre or Arrastre, whatever it's called, trail camp. I've stayed here a couple times in the past. And there's a nice creek that runs through here. But I think I'm gonna wait. There's a spring coming up after this, and that's where I'll get my water. I need to make sure this is the trail. I think it is, but take that my far out and make sure. Okay, well, I guess I'm going over here to get across. There's been so much water everywhere. All right, well, this whole road is a river, so let me find my way through here. All right, now that I am out of the thick woods behind me, I just walked through all that. I am up to the spot I took a break last year. It's kind of like the perfect place to stop for lunch, so I'm going to do so. It's about almost, I think it's 1 o'clock, so I'm pretty hungry. So definitely time. Sorry, I just climbed up a big climb, and then we had a huge blowdown to go around. So a little winded, but time to sit down and eat some of this heavy food in my backpack. I think I'm actually pretty excited about my lunch today. One of the benefits of leaving town is just, packing out some things that you plan to eat pretty quickly because they're heavy. But yeah, we had some extra things left over from the Airbnb, but I brought out avocado. This is a chicken that we had gotten at the market. It was really good. So it was a whole chicken breast that I packed out. And then this is naan bread with, this is garlic herb. And then I've got, actually have butter because we were just gonna have to throw it away. So I brought a stick of butter with me, and I'll just eat that over like 6 days. And that's some really good fat out here, especially with it being cold. So I'll put that on the naan bread with a garlic and herb, and it's like garlic bread. And then I've got my cheese there too. So I think I am all set for lunch. I'm excited to eat it. And then I've got my coffee mocha to make for after lunch. Gotta pack out things that are fun to eat because it gets pretty boring out here having the same thing all the time. So it's nice to have something to look forward to at lunchtime. And yeah, I think I have too much food for this next stretch again, but I will be eating good, that is for sure. All right, it's 1:50. I have to try to make some miles this afternoon. So I have about 9.9, 10 miles to go to Doble Trail Camp. That's where I'm planning on spending the night tonight. That's at mile 268. So I gotta get going. Otherwise, I'm looking at about 7 o'clock. But I'm hoping, because a lot of this is pretty coasty, I might be able to pick up some speed and get there hopefully by like 6:30, somewhere around there. So I'm just gonna put my nose to the grind and just be sparing with my filming. I also have to be careful. This is a long stretch where I won't be able to charge my equipment till I get to Cajon Pass. And that's another like 5-ish days. So anyway, I've got to be careful with that. The landscape has definitely changed. There's a motorcyclist stopped up there. Always makes me nervous. I'm sure they're just out here joyriding. It's a lot of dirt roads that come up and over this area. I don't know if that is a donkey or just regular horse skull, but I'm keeping my eyes out for donkeys because there's supposed to be wild herds in this area, and I have yet to see them. So looking over there, we were up in that elevation Monday when we came down. So I've been coming through the valley and up and over, and landscape is totally different over here. I like this area before Big Bear. It's really beautiful. Very open. We should start getting to some Joshua trees here soon. I'm not seeing many flowers, and it's been really cold up here, so I can understand why they've had a late cold season, including yesterday. That is so sad. I could smell it before I turned the corner and saw it. Oh yeah, these fires are just so devastating up here. Anywhere, anywhere in the mountains, especially with all the, I mean, they whip through here so fast. Look at that. So I'm about mile 261.5. I'll be crossing over the 18 where a lot of people get picked up to go into Big Bear. That's at mile 266. It's gonna be really, really hard to not go into Big Bear City because Tiana, the trail angel, offered to let me stay over and sleep in a nice warm bed tonight. It's gonna be in the 20s tonight where I'm at. And I'm so tempted. Like, I did my 16 miles, I'm good. Hey, they do this on the AT all the time, right? Except I didn't slack pack, I actually carried my backpack. But I feel like I need to stay out here and build up my confidence with my sleep system and the really cold temperatures, and you know, have confidence that everything's working. And I wouldn't be out here if I didn't think I could handle the cold temperatures tonight, but I'm just saying, I'm tempted to go in. It's gonna be really hard to pass up that area. Shouldn't that have a red line through it, like don't step on the plants? Because this is making me want to go step on some plants. I mean, that's what the sign says. I will be very happy to be down in elevation in the next couple of days. Not a fan of the cold. I've felt that every year I've been out here. I'm just, I don't know. Some people don't mind it. I live in the South for a reason. So I know Mike and I, we're always cuddling up in our warmest clothing during the winter when our lows are in the 50s and 60s. It's pretty sad, but we've gotten kind of soft in our older age. And yeah, so today's just that perfect temperature where the air is really biting cold. So it's like making my ears and face really cold. And then when the sun comes out, it's warm, but it's been mostly cloudy. Even though there's blue back there, that cloud's been pretty much, feels like it's stationary above me all day. So hopefully we'll get some sunshine and some warmer temperatures coming up in the next few days. Desert down there, and then yeah, there's that it's like a reservoir, a basin that I think it's like a runoff area that collects water. But last year it was dry, and I remember coming through here going, oh my god, the lake is dry. But it's just like an overflow area, but it's definitely got water in it this year. Okay, just doing another pack off break, probably at about mile 1, I keep saying 264-ish, that's what I'm thinking. A couple miles. It feels like it's taken forever for some reason. It's kind of easy terrain. There's been some like ups and stuff, but I feel like I'm cruising right along, but it's still taking a while to get to the spot, the Big Bear, where you cross the road, so it's all good. But I'm actually thinking I'm gonna get to the Doble trail camp at about a little after 6 o'clock, and I was estimating 7, so I am going faster than I think I am. It just feels like I should be at Big Bear by now, but it's fine. I'm just, again, I think it's because I've done it before. It's like I have an expectation of, you know, what's to come, and yeah, it's a little longer out here than you think it is. I hear people coming up the trail. I've pretty much been out here by myself much of the day. I had crossed 2 older gentlemen that were going northbound, and then a couple early on when I first got started this morning that were just leaving or getting packed up from camp, and they have yet to pass me. So there's only been 4 people that I've met that are going northbound today. Everyone else has been southbound. So I'm thinking everybody left Big Bear and went to mile 266 and continue north, or they went to the Cougar Crest Trail at 277 and continue northbound. And that's why I'm not seeing anybody, because the storm probably made people stationary for a day. So sorry, deep thoughts out here. The clouds have finally lifted, and it's a beautiful, beautiful late afternoon. It just warmed it up just enough to where the air is not like cold anymore, and it feels really, really nice. Nice. Bunch of inspirational notes and trail register. You have already achieved more than many people dare to dream of. Oh, that's nice. That's awesome. All right, well, the parking lot's right down there. Dang, I could actually go off into town and sleep in a bed, but gotta dig deep. I think I'm gonna cross the road and keep going a couple more miles. Bye, parking lot. All right, I'm gonna be good. Keep going, 2 more miles. It's getting late though. I don't want to get chilled, so I need to get going and get to camp so I can get set up. Just realized crossing the road and continuing on the PCT on this side that there's 10 miles here, 11 miles that I've never seen before. So this next 11 miles will be uncharted territory, so that's kind of exciting. So 2019 I got off at Big Bear, and 2021 I got off around Whitewater after my injury on San Jacinto, and then 2022 I skipped ahead to Cougar Crest Trail from Big Bear because of the snowstorm and it being like freezing cold that last stretch, so I skipped ahead the 11 miles last year. So this is my first time going through here. That's pretty cool. I mean, it doesn't look a whole lot different from the other side, but so just a little bit of climbing here. Get up out of the parking lot area or the road area, and then hopefully I'll be kind of cruising along to the campsite. Try to make some faster miles. This is an actual road, not a dirt road. So let me go find where the PCT is. Hey, I'm finally here. Doble Springs Trail Camp. That way. All right, let's get a picture of that. So I got into Doble Trail Camp. This is mile 268. And there's several other people set up here, so that's kind of nice. We're all spread out a little bit, and there's a pit toilet here and a water faucet that's like on a slow trickle, so I just filled up my bladder, and it's getting late and it's getting cold fast, so I'm just going to show you a quick pan of what this little campground looks like, and it's really accessible from the PCT if you come through the area. It's really nice. You can hear the highway down there, but it's like constant white noise. It's not like stop and go traffic. And there's 3 bars of service here, so that's nice too. So let me turn this around and show you what the camp looks like, and then I'm gonna go turn in for the night.
Yeah, my nephew's 30. Oh, really? Yeah, we have some at our house.
There's people tucked everywhere, kind of like evenly spaced apart. I'm planning on getting up really early, so I'm hoping there's a spot right up there, and I'm hoping someone doesn't come right next to me because I don't want to be rude, but I'm going to be like getting up really early, and it's really hard to be quiet sometimes when you're getting things packed away in the morning. So that's it. That's my campsite for the night.